All right, we are rolling. Got that sound on audio. And getting ready to play this video. And here we go.
And we're loading. We're walking the mile. We're
Buffering. Hey guys, you're here with Bryan Hickey.
And John the Great.
And we are the co-creators of Unadulterated. I want to thank you for watching our pilot.
This is our opening scene with Mr. Bryan Hickey.
And Kathy Marks, very talented actress.
Yeah.
She is now living in LA, actually.
What's funny is this scene coming up, this house outside is not the same house that we filmed inside
The house,
of.
the exterior of the house is actually your house.
It is my
Yeah.
house.
But
Yes.
we were filming inside my
Your
house.
house.
Because I felt weird about asking your parents to let us film in your
And
house.
I don't know if my parents, wonderful people as they are, if they would have been as okay with giving up their whole house as
Yeah.
your parents would be. Plus, we benefited from the fact your parents were out of town.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Starting the new year off right.
Love you, Mom and Dad.
June, but
Thanks for
how about
just,
the
like,
present?
being
Same
gone.
chick?
Susie Jones.
What were we? 23 at the time we filmed this, and we got to ask our parents for permission.
I was 23 when we wrote this.
Yeah.
And that was one of the big debates or later on here when it's like, I'm 23 years old. I didn't know if I should say I'm 24. I just stick to the writing. But
Yeah, I don't. feel like-
23 when I wrote it, 24 when I filmed it, 25 when it was released.
And I think I was 1 year behind on all of that. 22 when we wrote it, 23 when we filmed it.
Not a whole year. We graduated high school together. We're old buddies from the past.
Yeah. Word.
We go way back of years.
Making our coo snooze.
But you didn't wear a condom, so you could have very easily gotten STD.
Yeah, but I didn't sperm in her. I pulled out and I spermed down her sheets.
This
good
was the
one.
original
STDs in
scene
her.
that,
Couldn't have latched onto me.
started the
But
whole
she's on
thing
birth
right here.
control, so
I
it's
came
all
to you.
good.
Remember?
You actually came to me at work
I came to you with this. I came to you at work with this right here. But then I crafted
with a
a
little
scene.
bit more spring in your step. I could
Yeah.
almost see it from a distance. Like,
Yeah, I was a very excited young man. I
You
was
didn't
happy.
know that?
No.
You
What
just-
have you
you
been
crushed-
reading? A middle school health book from the 1950s?
My-
well, but it was
Can't
for
believe
your
you
own
know
good,
that
Brian.
babies are STDs. I've known that since I was a kid.
As this
My dad
episode will
tells me
later
that
on
all the
tell.
time.
I'm his living, breathing STD. Are you
I don't think my
seriously
dad's
gonna
ever
sit there and
literally
tell
called
me
me
that
his
your dad has never called you
STD,
his
but
little
I feel like my
STD?
dad's thought that.
I felt it. Yeah,
Or at least maybe thought like a plague.
I mean, it got in my brain, so there's somehow like it's his fault, right? It's got to be their fault, right? Parents.
Once again, thank you for letting us use your home.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're great people.
Yes, though.
Chick there already banged a bunch of dudes.
Love that reaction you got there. It was pretty hard to choose between that one and the other one that you could see in the bloopers. Was just the deadpan. I had to end up going with
just
that
a-
one because
a
you
face
kind of
item.
you kind of do a similar one up here in a minute.
FaceTime have a natural ability to make just the blank stare.
Tested?
Yeah, like nothing's going on upstairs.
Nope, like a 1,000-yard stare in a 10-foot room kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, yeah, just comes naturally.
I really like the way the Littlesville thing came out. Take It Smallville, I think is right on the nose yet funny.
Yeah, it's very highbrow. You know?
Yes, yes.
Did she?
So we took the word small
Small.
and replaced it with
It's a
little.
synonym. That's
Yeah.
what they call it. It's a
Yeah,
synonym.
yeah. I had to look that up.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching Littlesville.
The time I was going through a big marathon of Smallville, watching all the episodes, so we decided to parody that
And I don't know,
in our
so
episodes.
It's very true. Yeah, because you're quite the fan of Smallville. That is correct,
I feel
right?
alone in the world with that sometimes.
As you should, rightfully so. It is a very terrible show, which is why I believe I referenced it in the first place.
It was a bit
First off,
got to be a bit of a soap opera. I've always been a Superman fan, so
don't
you
ever
know
say
that's
penis is
okay.
Here and now, in my room with me, ever again.
That's a real belief of mine. I don't think anybody should ever say that in my
You know what that
room with me,
entails?
ever.
I don't want to get too graphic.
Except women.
folks.
That's
An
cool.
infected penis.
No men.
What? Just out of curiosity, what brought you to that conclusion that you just like woke up out of bed one night? No one should ever say that to me. Not
I
in
feel
my
like
room.
that's one of those things like you just know. Like I don't feel like I should discuss male genitalia
I mean, it's there.
outside of my doctor.
I feel like it's there. You could talk about it. You want to talk about it now?
You know, we have other scenes. We
Yeah,
could.
that's true. I mean,
yeah.
we talk about it later.
Hey, where you going?
I'm going to the doctor's to get tested.
Okay.
We can't go to your family, doctor. Your mom might find out.
John, I'm 23 years old. I would hope my mom thinks I'm having sex by now.
Seriously?
Yeah, you're right. I'm
If
sorry,
not
Mom.
there, where? The nearest clinic's like 30 miles away from here. I don't have the gas money to get there. You gonna drive me?
No.
And enters our
Stephen Ward, played by Chris Henson. Hilarious guy.
the character of Steven is based off of our real life friend
You're cool with that though, right?
Steven. And
Hey, great, buddy.
we thought just writing and making all these parodies. The great thing about this is most of the lines Steven has, we could totally see the real Steven saying.
Yeah.
And
Well, really, this version of Steven it's like a third generation Steven if you think about it.
Yeah,
It's stuff that Steven has said, and then you have taken that and you did your impression of Steven.
my impression, maybe a
And
few
then-
words have been changed here and there.
Yeah, and then we just kind of wrote stuff off of your impression of Steven. So it's 100% the most accurate and 100% the most inaccurate version of
Simultaneously, both of those.
at the same time.
Actually, a lot of times during writing, whenever we'd be like, how would Steven respond? We would just say the lines back and forth to each other, and I would impersonate Steven and be like, how would he respond?
There's some good stuff in there, but that we just never were able to get in there because
Yeah.
it just didn't make sense.
I would like to spend, if I had the time, just like a week in his house, like a fly on the wall.
That makes one of us.
A hilarious little tidbit is that Steven is actually married now, and the banter between him and his wife, golden. I plan to work that in future episodes.
Oh God.
The fancy hospitals, yeah, they'll do blood
This
work
is
there.
my producer,
Mr. Raymond Carter Cantrell
Hands on 'em.
sir. Very helpful guy on this project.
probably wouldn't have got off the ground without him.
Mm-hmm. And he helped push us in the right direction in the sense that just not so much in he wanted to take over anything, but just making sure that we had the best product that we could. Making sure that our rewrites were
And-
punching things up.
And one hilarious doctor.
Yeah, creepy son of a bitch. That man, I've known him for quite some time. He scared me in real life. Tiffany Lang, not having a huge part here, but definitely sells it with that look.
Definitely, we owe her thanks.
I casted her specifically because of that, and she nailed it. I feel like I just complimented myself more of that. I overshadowed
Thank you, Tiffany.
I
Thank you.
overshadowed my compliment of her with me oh, and I nailed it because I casted her.
You know,
yeah.
you do that when you bring it up,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Sorry, Tiffany, you were great.
as long as we
on
just
your
thank
own,
her
without me.
and not continually
Yeah.
talk about yourself.
Right.
You're going to pick those up, right?
That's one thing about this. I mean, probably because it's been such a long process with us. I don't really remember who wrote what line for what for the most part. Spoiled. You're dealing with all the structures. I'm pretty sure that was you.
I think it was, yeah. And I think that you're going to pick those up. But the general...
But it's all fucking blurred, man. Or I should.
Yeah,
we
the-
shouldn't say fucking. We shouldn't use the F words in this. Also, did about 12 takes of this because I couldn't keep my S
no,
together.
there are very many takes in a blooper reel of you just lolling on
Something
camera.
called Superfluous Man yet?
No, I laughed out loud.
That's awesome. I don't think a show like that's ever been made.
Yeah.
Here's my roommate Joel Allen.
This Chris,
Who's playing the character of Chris, who's
I don't know if
also
I'm over
based off a real person, but then just went totally left field.
We originally based that on another friend of ours named Chris,
Who is your roommate?
who is my current roommate and longtime friend.
My longtime friend.
Both of our longtime friends. But when we showed up for the reading, Joel just came up with this hilarious take of his character, all his own, and it was just too funny
Yeah, I was
to,
like, well,
to cut.
Crap! How?
Yeah.
we have to do that.
We
now.
have to do that now.
We have to
like,
scrap
yeah.
everything we came up with.
Once again, filmed in one of the actual bars from our hometown,
Yes, sir.
very near
Grayson
where
County Line.
very near where we were living at the time we wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from finding out the
Special thanks to Mrs. Gracie for letting us just get in there, no problem.
Thank you.
And really just for letting what other bar do you see just in
Oh, so
'Cause we were filming-
There's a dog just walking around. That was I didn't
We
put that
filmed
in
those
there.
scenes at
That is the mundane Grayson County Line.
Well, welcome to the Springtown Azle area, people. We were in there at 9 a.m. and let me just rifle off some of the events that were happening. There were people that were already multiple beers deep.
Yeah.
There was a guy. True story.
Oh my God! How did I forget about that?
There was a gentleman. They were reviewing surveillance tape because he thinks somebody stole his truck. Well, after an hour of looking through surveillance tape, they finally see his drunk self stumble out there and move.
Blackout
his
drunk, took his truck.
Move his own vehicle, and he was like, "Oh, well, okay. I guess I moved it."
Joe
Like,
Esposito from Karate Kid. Do you actually have some sound advice for me, or are you just quoting an 80s mixtape?
You know what you've got to do.
I love the way Joel sells these lines.
Listen to your
Does
heart.
a good job. Yeah, I don't know. Just because I've
Like a
stared at this
pseudo guru.
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
stared at this like 1,000 times and heard him say it. Like I just don't. I can't even picture him originally how I thought it would be said. You know, with
In
Chris
some
originally,
ways,
yeah.
he reminds me of Jeff Goldblum. The way he like comes up with a profound thought and then just kind of like,
Talk to her.
"Well, there it is." Like you know, like I feel like that's the expression on his face, the way he delivers it. You know.
Hey, you? What's a surprise?
Surprise? What surprise? Why would you think I have a surprise?
I don't know. You kind of just showed up here without saying you were coming, so I found it kind of surprising.
Makes sense.
Oh, of course.
This is a pretty accurate reaction I would
I'm the
have
surpriser.
about.
I'm coming to surprise you.
It's fair to say,
The
but
surprise is
just
gonna get
Damn
you.
near every woman you've ever
yeah,
met.
I was gonna say every woman I've ever met.
You know, and not like I'm any better, but
Wanna make
thankfully
out?
that didn't have to be showcased in the film. Well,
Okay.
okay.
What is it?
Episode 2.
Do you want to just go ahead and skip right to sex?
No, that sounds amazing, but there's something I had to get off my chest first.
Are you sure? Because you kind of already have an erection.
My theory is that Bryan really did during this scene.
Susie, this is kind of important in regards to our
Here
choreographer.
to weigh in?
That's gonna be a no.
Okay.
I will definitely weigh in on
I
that.
never get to have
Not
sex.
because
Like
Kathy
that's
isn't
something
a
that's
very
probably-
attractive and talented young lady.
What?
Obviously she is. But when you're sitting on a couch and
hell
you're
was
directing
that?
a scene, and you have a very pretty young lady like that who you have hired for literally no money. She has spent her own gas money to get there, and you have what? Probably, I don't know, 6 people staring at you, waiting for you to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
You think the first thing on your mind is like, oh boy, I better get a boner for this one.
It's disappointing.
I am no James
I
D.E.E.
can't get any signal
Wait,
on
is
the
it
wall.
3 E's or 2 E's? Dean. I'm not, I don't do the porn stuff, alright? And also,
Okay.
little insider secret. Bad gas. Yeah, I actually snuck away after that
Me
take.
too, but
I
that's just me in general.
I literally snuck away after that take and farted.
this a proper
So
fire exit?
that's this is a great little another ode to Chris being a great improviser.
Just going through the door that happened to really be
That
there.
was that was well, I mean, I think we kind of came up all that together because
What's going on?
we were talking about it in our lunch, and I knew that like both of you guys getting out of that window was just gonna be too long and ridiculous.
So yeah,
and
we decided just to have him
Yeah.
Up in the closet.
go out the door,
that was conveniently there.
and
Thanks again, Mom and Dad,
It
for
was-
having the
You're
French
sure
doors in
about
your
that?
bedroom.
I mean,
hilarious.
one more.
Oh, really?
Because
And why not?
why did I go out the window? You get it.
Because you're here now.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is Bryan Hickey being a lover. Okay? Just for instant forgiveness is what that was.
It's a great testament to your smooth talking.
With this
Well,
part right
maybe
here.
never mind.
Yeah. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
So, can we go to Peter Piper's
And-
now?
I feel like that little laugh of mine was
Well, what the hell are we gonna do then?
both acted and a degree natural.
Yeah. You're kind of an ass.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't have done the same thing. I like this bar scene because there was a point where I got to chug a beer for real. I mean, it's not on camera,
I
but
was gonna say I don't remember filming that at all.
no, but there was a point where.
So you just chugged a beer.
Well, I remember there was a reason I had to, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it was
I'm
actually
gonna stop right now and say that old man. Once again, thanks to Raymond Carter Cantrell, because that old gentleman just happened to be in the bar, and Raymond just walked right up to him and was like, "Hey, would you like to be in our movie?" Got him to sit down, and just told him, "Look over there." And that man looked over there like he was a statue.
And he
In
did
every
not
scene-
move.
In every scene that we auditioned during editing, he looked the exact same, like
This Saturday,
just sitting right at that table,
here in town, getting myself
just a
tested.
stone.
and it was hilarious.
We could go
It's like the
together.
gargoyle before they break out at
Oh,
midnight.
yeah.
So, pick you up at 2.
You know, I take it back earlier when I said there is no showcase of me being awkward with a woman. It's this scene right here. Unfortunately, I don't feel like I would be any smoother in real life. By that I mean I know I'm not any smoother in real
Yeah.
life.
Positive
Negative.
Kathy doing a great
Dick.
job of acting drunk.
Wonderful.
She actually had, what'd she have? She had energy drinks.
This satire.
Did she?
She had a, she might have, in one take she had,
I think in one take she had an actual beer.
yeah, but I will vouch for this. It was only one take, people. That is all her acting.
Yes.
Those real rhinestones.
Now that's a pickup line.
Mm-hmm.
See? And it worked.
Yeah, when you write your own reality, it works every time. It's great how
I
that
make my
is.
own luck.
Thank you.
Do you?
What?
Because I mean, well, can we just let the elephant out of the room in here? Speaking of luck, the two of us are sitting in a closet, wrapped in blankets right now.
Whoa, we're not wrapped in blankets. I padded the room with blankets to reduce sound reflections.
Right.
Well, careful.
So that is just the very definition of luck. Here at the studio of John's closet with padded blankets.
Save it, Doc. I went ahead and did a little investigating of my own and found the answers I was looking for. I appreciate the concern, but your services are no longer
You were about to
required.
have a little throwback to the earlier scene. You didn't really get this when I pitched it to you.
Spare me the guilt.
No, I didn't really, in my mind, see it coming off on camera, but it ended up being pretty funny. I will give you that one. I feel like for the most part, we agreed on most of our writing. Everything like that one of us thought was funny, the other agreed with.
And I think we were both
But-
pretty giving in the sense of like we couldn't, if we didn't agree on it, we always found something else that we both
Something
found
else that-
was funny.
yeah.
You know,
Like what?
it's compromise, ladies and gentlemen. It's teamwork.
That's what our country is founded on, or used to be.
We make our own luck.
We make our own luck.
Look at us now.
Look at us now.
You're my girl. We banged like twice in the past 2 days. Does
All right, so it averages out to once a day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh my God, you're right.
I wish you would've told me earlier. I
Absolutely.
wouldn't have had sex with my
Check
ex
the
on my
math. I believe you'll
lingerie.
find it infallible.
I can't believe we're
This
going
is,
out.
that's invaluable. That's a funny
Oh,
word.
Brian,
That's a,
you've
that's
made
got like
me so
3 syllables.
happy.
3. 4, I think. Fallible.
Brian?
He has some credits. We got a little after the stinger going on.
Yeah.
That was completely improvised, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, another testament to Chris Henson just being the fucking man. That's right. I said
Once
fucking
again,
this time.
another
I'm letting
big-
it go. I'm letting it happen. He deserves it. You're gonna see this. You've already seen this. I mean, I'm assuming you have seen this before. You don't watch the commentary first. That's just stupid. You've seen this already. It's hilarious. And this dude came up with it on the spot.
We had the basic idea of just
Yeah, we threw a concept at him, and he just came up
came
with
up
this.
with like with all the acting and everything.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? He came up with the acting himself. The actor.
What amazing talent.
Not like this.
Still cracks me up, and I've looked at this I don't know how many hundreds of times by now.
Oh, God. And this is why the cops got called on us.
Because he had to shriek at the top of his lungs like 5 different takes.
He didn't have to do it until after the first time. Then I said, yeah, you have to do that. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. And if not, well, you're rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for taking a listen, taking a gander. I know it's ended.
That was the pilot episode of our TV series Unadulterated.
That's right. A series of 1 episode.
So far.
Yeah, so far. It's so exhausting.
That's an open-ended sentence, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's right.
Question mark.
Is it? What was the question?
Well,
Thank you guys. Have a good one.
all right, thank you.